We're down to the penultimate game of the Premier League season, game week 37, and we can finally think about what has been an interesting campaign. But still, there's still potential twists in this current campaign, and we'll take a look at what could happen in the coming games. First off, Victor, what are your best straight win selections for round 37?
Okay, this is again a week where I'm going to do two picks and a stay away warning. So first, as usual, the picks. I'm going with Fulham to beat Wolves. It's at 195, and I think for these odds, no one can tell me it's not worth a punt. Yes, Fulham have been inconsistent recently, but this is Wolves. If there's one team you can almost always expect to cock up a decent opportunity, it's Wolves. And yes, they have had some great results at home in 2026. They beat Liverpool and they beat Villa. But that was when they still had something to fight for, like avoiding last place. That's very much out of the question now, I think. I think it's too late for that. And I think Fulham should be able to get the 3 points here. I'm also backing a bit of a surprise, double chance of draw or Palace to win against Brentford. It's at 215. And I know how this sounds, but how many times have I been right about this sort of pick? The odds for a draw and an outright Palace win are almost identical. While Brentford, the favorites at home, are priced at 175, 180, depending on where you look. Besides, Brentford have gone off the boil quite a bit. They only have 3 wins from the last 10 games at home. I'm pretty sure we're in for a surprise here. And for the stay away warning, no, Kolade, you can relax. It's not the Arsenal game again. It's Man United against it's Man United against Forest. I would stay away from this one because United are at around 165 at home, which is weird enough for me to want nothing to do with that game. Besides, Forest on the road, 1 loss in the last 7 games. They've even drawn at the Etihad. So yeah, pick this one at your own risk.
Yeah, fair enough. Those are pretty solid picks. This week was actually difficult to pick from, but I'm going also with Fulham, to beat Wolves at 1.9. I mean, just like you said, it's Wolves. They really need no explanation. But I'm going for the opposite of what you said. I'm going for Brentford to beat Palace. I'm still backing Brentford to beat Palace simply because I think Palace are already thinking about the Conference League. Going by the substitutions they made against City, you can see they're keeping everyone fresh for that game. Meanwhile, Brentford still have something realistic to fight for. So I think I'm backing Brentford here. And also I'm backing Everton to beat Sunderland at 1.90. I mean, Everton are at home. They've looked stronger in recent weeks, and Sunderland have just been a yo-yo team of late. I don't really see them doing much away from home. So I'm backing Everton to go all the way there. Anyways, moving on to the goal market, Victor.
Newcastle versus West Ham, 2.5 plus at 145. I think St. James's Park has seen plenty of goals lately. 8 of the last 10 games played there had at least 3 goals. And I think West Ham are good enough to score a goal here, at least. While for Newcastle, it's pretty clear that Osula is very much a man on a mission in this run, and even though it's not going to take them anywhere. Also, over 2.5 goals for odds of 150 for Villa versus Liverpool. I think this one is going to be quite end to end. They both need the points, obviously, and recent records are very encouraging. Villa's last 5 games at home all had 3 goals or more. Same for 4 of Liverpool's last 5 on the road, and all 10 of the last head-to-heads at Villa Park had at least 3 goals. Some of them were proper goal fests. And I'm also backing over 2.5 goals for Leeds versus Brighton at 173. Now, I've mentioned this before. Leeds are already at the beach, while Brighton have work to do for a European place. Honestly, both sides are good enough going forward to score 3 just on their own. Combined 2.5 plus should really not be a problem, and I think the odds are deceivingly long for this one.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me, I'm also backing Leeds and Brighton. Also because I think that game is a BTTS game, and someone will just slightly nick it. Maybe Leeds, maybe Brighton. Can go either way. But I think we should get a good amount of goals in that one. United versus Nottingham Forest, 12:30 early kickoff. What could go wrong, right? I think nothing would go wrong, but there should be a lot of goals in this one. Just like you said, I think the odds are quite flattering in favor of United. In reality, it's a game that Nottingham Forest could even win or maybe draw. So I think we should see a good amount of goals here. And ignore the jersey I'm wearing, but Arsenal Burnley over 3.5 goals at 1.93. I think goals will flow in that game, not just only from Arsenal. Burnley might probably get one goal in. I don't think Arsenal care too much about the clean sheet record since Raya already has it locked down. But I think Arsenal will go all out from the start, and we should see a lot of goals in that one. Anyways, moving on, Victor, to the best player to score selection.
Going with Osula at 250 for Newcastle. As I said earlier, he's been in very good form for Newcastle. He's been taking full advantage of Wisa's many problems and Voltemode's positional adjustment. Osula has 3 goals in his last 5 games, and I think he'll add to the tally here. I'm also backing Gyökeres at 175. It's a bit short, but it's still decent value because he usually performs very well against these smaller sides like Leeds, like Sunderland, and he did score once against Burnley back in autumn. And I'm also going with Beto for Everton against Sunderland at 265. I know, but it's another one in very, very good form. He's registered 5 goals in his last 5 appearances, and okay, he blanked against City, but he got 2 against Chelsea and 1 each against Palace, Liverpool, and Brentford. I think it's certainly worth considering, especially for these odds.
Yeah, I was actually smirking because I have Beto in my selection as well. I did back Everton to beat Sunderland, and I'm also backing Beto to also find the net. It was between Beto and Barry, but I'm sticking with Beto for this one because he has been in good form of late, and I think he should just carry on that form actually. And just like you said, Victor, surprise, surprise, I'm also backing Gyökeres to find the net. He sort of has, he enjoys a lot of freedom against this sort of side, and given everything at stake, I'm sure he'll be fired up for this game as well. I'm also backing Igor Thiago. Yes, there's no chance he wins the Golden Boot anymore, but I think he will still want to end up on a good account of himself so that maybe he can make Brazil's final squad, just maybe. And I'm also going with Welbeck. Yes, it's against Leeds, away from home, but Welbeck has just been impressive over the past 4 to 5 game weeks, and I can see him getting another goal here. And then on the final note, Victor, any bold opportunity you're looking at?
Yeah, there's actually a shots angle I like. Over 2.5 shots for Osula at 215. It's not shots on target, just shots. It doesn't matter. So I think it's very attractive for this, for these odds. He's also taking on more and more responsibilities for Newcastle. He had 4 shots against Brighton, 4 shots against Nottingham Forest. Both occasions he did not play the full 90 minutes. So yeah, I think it's worth considering this.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't really have much of a bold opportunity for this game week, but I'm just looking at Aston Villa at 3.07 odds to win against Liverpool, and I think there's actually a chance they do it. To be fair, and also I don't know when games are played on Friday, I just feel like it never really follows the script, and we always see some funny results. But yeah, Aston Villa to beat Liverpool, take that at your own risk, anyways. But there's a good chance it can happen all the same. And there you have it. Those are our predictions for Matchday 37. Everything is shaping up to be an exciting run into the end of the season, and we'll just have to wait and see how all the action unfolds.